All right, well, a troubling trend is growing among schools in New York and across the country. More students are missing school, and a lot of it.
Yeah, sure are. According to the city's Department of Education, 36% of students were chronically absent last year. That's 10% of the school year, or about 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, and as expected, numbers during the pandemic were a lot higher. But look at the absentee rates before COVID. They generally hovered around 26%.
Yeah, so how did chronic absenteeism jump 10%? Some blame the pandemic, but our next guest says there is actually a deeper issue at hand here. Jayne Demsky is a founder of the School Avoidance Alliance, and she joins us now. Some information to get attendance back on track. Jayne, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So nice to be here.
Yeah, so let's jump in. We're talking about school avoidance. Can you explain exactly what it is and then how it's different from truancy?
Yes, school avoidance is when a child has severe emotional distress and discomfort about going to school. And truancy is when a child is seeking pleasure, supposedly. It's a lack of emotional distress, and it's usually not anxiety-based. And the differentiator between school avoidance and truancy is that with truancy, it's concealed from the parents, and with school avoidance, the parents know. And school avoidance is really scary. The kids might be hiding under the covers, crying, screaming, and it's really distressing.
Okay, so Jayne, what are some of the other signs of school avoidance that parents and teachers should look out for?
So the signs are obviously increased missing school, increasing absences, and going in late to school. Parents should also keep notice of if it's their child is taking a long time to get to school in the morning, if they're crying, or if it takes hours to get them to school. This is a sign of things that can get worse. So I would say definitely call your school right away. And also this can build slowly over the years. Sometimes it might be missing a day or here in elementary school, intermediate school, and then you might see it come to a full-blown problem in middle school or high school.
So let me ask you, what causes school avoidance? And do you think the pandemic played a big part in that?
So school avoidance is usually caused by a mental health disorder, such as an anxiety disorder, separation anxiety, performance anxiety, social anxiety, depression, trauma, OCD, and also an undiagnosed learning difference or a learning difference that is not getting the proper supports, modifications, or accommodations, and the kid feels really uncomfortable and feels behind in school.
Okay, so Jayne, how can parents or even teachers help support a child who may be dealing with this?
Well, for parents, first of all, they shouldn't yell at their child. The kids don't want to be doing this. So be supportive and empathetic, but firm that you want them to go to school, and they will be eventually going back to school. But be supportive, and also try not to make the home so comfy and cozy during the day. Not playing video games on the phone, watching Netflix, TikTok. We don't want to make it comfortable during the school day.
Right.
And professionals often say, take the devices away. It's really hard to do, but it can help. And for schools, the schools have to work with the parents and collaborate and accept that school avoidance is real and that they should be working on a reintegration plan with the parents, and they should keep connected with the child. Even though if they're out for weeks or months at a time, we have to keep connected with the student, because if the school forgets about the kid is going to forget about school.
Yeah, really good point there. Well, Jayne, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, it's good to have you. Well, for more resources to help chronically absent kids, you can visit the School Avoidance Alliance website. The information right there on your screen.